Jordan Moore, Keeley Yor, Max Brown, and Bennie Wylie, the Director of Football Sports Performance, joins us now. And, Coach, it really started with you. Everyone I talked to, it goes back to the January strength and conditioning period. That was the time when the team started to come together, and it's almost a year ago now, but what was the approach in terms of building this culture? I mean, that's what everyone talks about. That's the buzzword, culture, but doing it from some holdovers who hadn't had a lot of success, some transfers who were really new to the place, some freshmen, which is always a different experience. How did you pull it all together starting in January?
I would like to say it's all me, but it wasn't. You take Coach Riley, you take Coach Grant, you take the staff, you take them, and we brought about 90% of us. So you bring our culture, you bring who we are, and then you put it with some really good dudes, man. These guys are, I can't tell people enough just the guys on this football team. Great dudes, great human beings, not just great football players, but great dudes. And so they bought in fast. I would like to say it was us and our staff, but these guys bought into what we're doing, and they wanted to win, and they know this program and what it means. And so it was pretty easy, honestly.
We've talked before, and you've said that relationships are so key to what you do. And you've said before you're an introvert. How do you get to know people, given the fact that you are introverted in that sense?
Yeah, that's why you train with them. And just like you asked me, like, how many times have I trained today? It doesn't really matter. It's about the next guy that needs me and needs our staff and needs to be trained. And because in those times that you're training with athletes, that's when you learn just the most about them. When you're stretching guys, that's when you learn the most about them. That's when you actually have time to talk and just really get to know what makes them tick. Because, again, at the end of the day, this myth of, like, toughness, that's a myth. It's learning and building trust, and these guys have trust in you and the staff and their teammates and all those things. And they've got to make that decision over and over and over again to do the right thing and to choose that discipline, and it's just trust. And that's what we do. We train with them, we work out with them, we run with them, we do it because we love them, and we do it because that's the only way to build trust.
Coach Riley's mentioned it a few times, just the idea of building something from scratch. Just the previous stop, there was a certain foundation that was already in place. And for you personally, what's that been like, rather than maybe inheriting something with a certain culture already attached to it, to, hey, we got to build this thing from the very first brick? What's that been like for you from now till 12 months ago?
I don't disagree with him a lot, but I'm going to disagree in this fact that I don't think we built this from scratch. I think this place has been here and it's been there, and I think he's been who he's been since I've known him since he was 19 years old. He's been that dude now, I'm telling you, and he won't say that, but I'll say it for him. This is who he is. This is what he does. He thrives on, like, competition. He thrives on the hard thing. And so, you can say he built it from scratch, but, it wasn't. He's been doing this, and he's been building for this moment, I would say his whole life.
How do you train specifically a Lincoln Riley team? You know how he likes to play. How does that inform or change the way you approach it in the weight room?
Just do what he says to do. It's pretty easy. No, he's he gives us and our staff full autonomy. Just make sure they're ready to play the game, and that comes in different forms, and it's different every year. This is a different football team than we've ever had. It'll be a different football team in a month, and so each year you have to reevaluate and see what you have. And it would be great to have a Thule every year, but we're not going to have one, and so you've got to reevaluate and see what you have every year, and then you just diagnose and you plan, and you see what the team actually needs. You see what just kind of the holes are, and you kind of diagnose. And our staff, I've got an incredible staff, man, they do a great job. It's not just me. I've got 4 other dudes on our staff that do just a great job of planning. We plan all 52 weeks. It's all done. It's all planned, and then we do it again, and then we do it again. And so, I think you just go in and, like, reevaluate every single year, every season, and you see what the team needs, and then you go from there.
I think the common thought process from the outside is, okay, you're in November, December football, you're kind of taking your foot off the gas pedal. But we were talking during the break, you don't do that. What's going on right now in your program?
Yeah, this is, if you think back all the way to last January, like Brian Keggins and I were sitting down and we're thinking about this time of the year. And so we're planning and programming this. I don't want to say it like that, but we plan on being in this playoff push. That's the goal. And this is the time that you have to get stronger, not maintain, not kind of stay the same. Like, we've got to get ready to play our best football now, not our best football like in September. I mean, this is the time. So we had guys in this morning squatting 500, guys doing the things that it takes to like make that push. And again, just my hat off to like our football team and like the leadership and the guys that continue to push this thing the right way, because they could push back a little bit, but they have not. I mean, every single older guy on this team has done a great job of saying yes and saying yes again and saying yes again. So we have to sprint today. Yes, we have to sprint today. To ask a dude that is sore as crap to sprint today on a Monday after we just played a game, I mean, that's it. They do it, but they don't even realize how cool that is to watch those guys train at a high level and continue to get faster and get stronger and do those things this late in the season.
You've been at this a little while, and now the game's different with the transfer portal, with spread offenses, and the game being more wide open rather than play it all in the box. Over your time as a strength and conditioning professional, how has your craft had to adjust with the game changing to a new phase?
I would just say, like, the athlete is a little smarter in this time. I mean, they know a little more, and so they come in a little more prepared, and so you can't just say we're going to do it this way because I said to do it that way. I mean, they know, and so you have to have knowledge. You have to be on the cutting edge. You have to study. You have to relearn. You have to go in and try and find what is the very best thing in the market today with the sports science and all those kind of things, and you've got to bring that to your program, and you got to bring it every day. But the thing that hasn't changed is this is still a relational business. If they do not trust you, they will not go. And so if you're not building trust every day, I don't care from the very first football game that has ever been played to the last one, it's still going to be about trust and about like relationships. And so I would say that that's the thing that has been the exact same.
Man, this is why I'm jealous you have a podcast. I have like 30 more questions for Coach here. I could listen to you talk all day, but we got a break. You got to go get them ready. It sounds like they are going to be ready for sure for this push to come. Bennie Wylie in charge down in the weight room, out on the field, director of football, sports performance, and certainly he's gotten the Trojans performing